Day number 19, folks. It's more birds. Today I wanted to show you birds that are unusual or birds that I've not seen before and what you want to look for when you're hunting for these birds. I want to start with this one. This hasn't been on a tree in a while. This came from a picker of mine this spring. I love it because of the coloration and the fact that it's not a bird that looks at you straight on. It's a bird that looks at you from the side. That too is a bit unusual. It's a kind of an artistic license that the Germans had with creating these birds and the way they were molded. This example is probably right around 1910, and I can't wait to put that one on the tree. This is a wonderful example, large and unsilvered. And I'm going to show you in the coming short some really, really large birds that are on the tree. This is a nice example, airbrushed, big, showy, and probably right around 1910. When you find these type of birds, you want to go after them. And that's the bird that's got these little teeny fine details as far as, in this case, a little top knot. Beautifully molded. Probably a little bit later. If I had to venture, I guess I'm going to say about 1915, 1920, but wonderfully done. And something to keep in mind with these, all this type of little fine work like this goes away as these birds become more and more and more popular. And we start to see more of a standardized songbird. Here's another little example, and this is one of my favorites too. It's a little heron with a neat little top knot, two-legged. He, in fact, I believe is missing his tail, and he's got a little bit of peel on the paint. And what's happened there is that this is a bird that's met up with hot to cold temperatures, and the paint has risen, and sometimes it goes back down and adheres to the glass, and sometimes it doesn't. So you just have to be careful in handling them. This is a wonderful little example. That's an annealed hook. So the little hook is blown and then attached to the back of this bird so that it hangs by that little glass hook. And this particular example has not only got a wonderful top knot and beautifully done, but then these wonderful little wings on both sides in spun glass. I believe there's also a tail in here. By God, there is. But it's a wonderful example. A little bit later, again, German, 1920, 1925. This is a fun little guy. He's kind of ornery, but I like him. And he's got kind of that ornery look to him when you look at his little face like he's looking down on you. I put him on the tree high up so that he's kind of like looking down and making sure you're, keeping your nose clean or you're not going to get nothing from Santa. And then I got to show you this one. This one was probably 2 years ago and on eBay. And I've collected birds for 50 plus years in my life. And I've never seen a chicken in a tree ornament on a clip-on. And so there was a woman that had this huge lot of birds, and she wouldn't sell me just the one bird. So I had to buy the whole pile to get this one bird. It was worth it because, again, I think he's a delightful little example. Kind of a poor excuse for a little tail, but I don't want to change it. I'm also a purist from that end. I leave these things alone. Don't play with them. And then I wanted to show this one last. These are hard to find. Wonderful little bird. There's a couple of little eggs in his nest. It's a little sphagnum moss type nest with a little bit of wicker trim at the top, a little silvered bird. I don't know if that he's got his little spun glass tail or not. Few of these survive. This is probably right around 1910. And again, this is when the Germans were really, really artistic in what they were doing. We'll see you tomorrow.